My name is Jena Difiore, and I'm in Miss Harvey's AP Lit class at 4th period. And today I will be talking about why it is uncomfortable to talk about race. And during my presentation I will be talking about race, and it's actually uncomfortable to talk about. So, I mean, if I feel uncomfortable or you feel uncomfortable, that's kind of the point. When I was younger, maybe about 3rd or 4th grade, around the time when we're all learning about the times of slavery, one of my classmates came up to me, and it was right after a lesson on how whites enslaved African Americans, and he said something to me that set the course for the rest of my life. He said, "Hey Jena, aren't you white?" And at this moment, I got nervous. I felt attacked. And I realized something so young. I realized that even at such a young age, I did not want to be a part of what being white meant in today's society. So I replied quickly, "No, of course not. I'm Italian." There's a difference. Though I am Italian, I'm also Irish, German, and French. And the correct answer to that question is yes. But I couldn't say that. I couldn't do it. So I went on living until high school, safely in my comfort zone, and avoiding all conversations about race at all costs. Like, if any time someone brought it up, nope, I'm not white. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, race is one of those topics in America that make people extremely uncomfortable. Most of the time when it's brought up, people are afraid to talk about it, so they don't. And the people who do have to watch every little thing they say so as not to offend someone. And the people who don't do that, well, they offend someone. So I've come today to share this information with you in the hopes that maybe we can all be a little less anxious and a little more bold in our conversations about race. Now, if you look up into the screen, you can see unsettling but very real facts in today's society. We know these facts. We see them on a daily basis. And most of us are experiencing it firsthand. In this, you can see the racial wealth gap in median net worth. This blue bar represents the white or non-Hispanics, and this represents, and maybe a category of non-white. And you can see the significant difference between the two about how much money, even as the years go by. And even in this, you can see this blue bar is significantly higher. This is a problem. This is, in today's society, this is happening. This is the amount of prisoners in 2008. And here's another fact. It's 1 in 3 black men can expect to go to prison in their lifetime. This is proven. And black offenders actually receive longer sentences compared to white offenders of the same crime. And why are those so hard for me to say right now? Like, I felt like uncomfortable saying it. Like, it's these are facts and they exist. So why can't they be discussed? And I know how we got here. I mean, it is a fact that we have had legalized discrimination in our country. That's the truth. I mean, we were all separated at one time, and we've come a long way. But we can't go anywhere past where we are today, because nothing can be done about an issue if we can't have comfortable, honest conversations about it. And this is due to the concept created of color blindness. And it's not the color blindness of we can't see color, but it was the concept created that it's the act of ignoring the color of people's skin and living life as if racial differences do not exist. In a study in Southern California, on the topic of children, race, and how race awareness develops, it was said that most people have just assumed that children are colorblind, or in other words, aren't aware of racism and race in today's society. And it was also further proven that adults assumed that if they just did not talk about it with their children, then their children would grow up to be non-prejudiced. They didn't think about all the factors surrounding them, creating who they are. So we're denying a problem. Denial and avoidance then appear to be the main technique in dealing with one of the most pervasive and crucial problems in today's society. The truth of the matter is that I and that kid in 3rd grade who asked me if I was white, we were both fully aware of the differences. And we struggled to deal with it. And I dealt with it by not dealing with it. I avoided it. I said I was something I wasn't. And instead of addressing it, we become afraid. We become afraid of speaking the truth that has dug us a deep hole that we're all struggling to get out of. Being colorblind is dangerous. It supports a new type of racism, where we deny that there is actually racism. And it allows us all to remain in our comfort zones. In order to make a difference, we all need to take a large leap out of that comfort zone and fix our fears. We all know that the first step to any form of action is awareness. And in the Race Awareness Project at the CDC Campus Diversity Consulting, they created a program that brings together art, technology, and education to the youth to get people talking about race in an entirely new way. Their goal is to spread the insights of race, such as how it developed, how it's historically changing, and how race affects our everyday lives as it intersects with categories of identity such as ethnicity, nationality, religion, and gender. By bringing awareness and education to young children and even adults, we can change the pace of the racial issue. So it's time to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, speak the unspoken, and coming from Melody Hollison, a wise business executive and spokesperson, we cannot afford to be colorblind and instead be color brave. So when it comes to being colorblind over color brave, be color brave. Thank you.